What up, my peeps? I am the Ruckus, and these are my toys. On deck and up next, we have from the G.I. Joe Classified Series line, the Cobra Bat and the Cobra Alley Viper. Got these little ditties in the mail today, so I figured I may as well get in and break out a review. I figured I'd just double time it and do them both at the same time. Why not? I got them at the same time, so it's all love. I'm happy that I got these in the timely fashion that I did. They've started coming out the last couple weeks, and I managed to get in there as opposed to getting product late and being late to the party, and all kind of reviews go up and everything like that. So now I'm part of that party, and I get to do my take on these classified series figures. So what we have here is both figures in their boxes. They're numbered 33 and 34. And let me turn to the back real quick. These two figures mark the last time we will see this artwork in the back. With number 35, they will be changing it up, and we'll get some new artwork. As always with G.I. Joe Classified, you get these icons that symbolize their specialties. It's the same on both Alley Vipers and the Bats. They come with that. On the other side, you get artwork. You see on one, you see a bat that appears to be disassembled, and then of course you've got on the for the Alley Viper, you have some artwork showing the Viper, profile shot of the Viper, as well as 3 Alley Vipers below them, and below them is the CC himself, Cobra Commander. So that's what time it is with these guys in the packaging. And so now let's get them out. We will start with the Alley Viper. So here we've got the Alley Viper out of his packaging and standing before us. And as you can see, I also have his accessories displayed alongside him. And let me tell you, he has got a ton of accessories. If you are about accessories for your figures, you will not be disappointed with the Alley Viper. At his feet, he's got his backpack. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We will peek the accessories in a bit. But let's take a closer look at the Alley Viper himself. Having the Alley Viper up close and personal, as we can see, he's molded in orange, and he's got grayish blue stripings, markings throughout. He's got, let's just start at the top there. You can see he's got a Cobra emblem, which is painted very nicely. It's not sloppy at all. You see his face mask. He's got the blue with the face mask, and that blue is on his neck as well. You see more of that paint there on the upper torso. His knife sheath painted in brown, and you can see on his right arm he's got a Cobra insignia, and that's painted in a goldish brown. He's got more of that the blue markings there. This knife sheath is just molded in black. The gloves molded in black. You see he's got more of that, it's kind of like camo markings, but in blue, the way these markings are. On his left side, he's got more of those markings. Going down, looking at his legs, he's got the holster there, more of those markings, and pretty clean. His knee pads looking good. He's got the shin guards, and on mine, my left shin guard was applied. It wasn't centered correctly, and from what I understand, that's been seen a lot with the alley vipers there, so that's pretty unfortunate. Looking at the back, nothing special. He's got some paint there on the belt, or rather it's molded black on the belt, and more of that blue striping. So that's how it goes down with our alley viper. Looking at the alley viper's articulation, his head is on a ball hinge, so he can look up that far, which is damn good. Can look down that far. He also has a ball joint for the neck, so he can get a lot of movement with the neck, gives him some attitude. He can rotate the head. Shoulders, he has a butterfly joint in there, but it's being masked by the vest. He can do a 360 at the shoulder. He can get the shoulder out to almost 90. He's got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. He's got a wrist swivel, and he has a vertical dice throwing hinge on his left hand, so I guess that makes him left-handed. I'm sure there's an ab crunch in there somewhere, but because of the vest, it's practically null and void for all intents and purposes. You can still get some twisting going on down there at the waist. Legs, his hips, can do the splits that far. He's got the drop down legs, which is cool. He can get his legs up that far before the drop down. You can get them back that much. He's got thigh rotation, double jointed knees. He also has a boot swivel. He can point his toe that far forward, that far back. He's got ankle pivot, and of course holes at the bottom of his feet. Taking a look at the Alley Viper's accessories, we're going to start off with this backpack, and I swear it looks like a Ghostbusters proton pack because of this center, whatever that's supposed to be. It's just molded in basically black, no paint detail at all, which is unfortunate. There's a Cobra symbol there on the upper left of the backpack, and it would have been nice if that had some paint apps so it can actually be distinguished from the rest of the pack. But like I said, it's all in black. When you go down, you see you've got grenades they could have used with some paint as well. So it is what it is. What we're going to do is, because there's so many accessories, we're going to equip the Alley Viper as we go along. So we're going to stick his backpack in right there. So that's what it looks like on him. We've got his hand weapon. It looks kind of futuristic, so I wouldn't know what this is, but yeah, it's flat black once again, no paint apps. It's got some detail on it, but yep, it's a standard Hasbro. You know, usually no paint apps on the weapon, and that weapon goes right in here, so it's in that holster on his right leg. Next up, we're going to talk about his knives. He comes with a pair of them. Once again, just flat black. It sure would be nice if we could have gotten some paint apps, you know, on the hilt, maybe the blades themselves painted with some kind of silver. So we're going to set one down so we can get our trooper back into frame there, and we've got a sheath right there on his shoulder. This, I was about to put it in backwards, goes up top and slides in kind of like that. So there's that. Be careful, don't try to force it because you may pop that sheath off. You don't want to do that. Our second knife right there, he's got a sheath on his right forearm, so that also, just stick that in, and there you go with that. And so far our Alley Viper is getting equipped to the max. Let's continue. I want to talk about this visor. Once again, this is molded in that orange plastic. It's got an emblem on the front there. I think that's I think it's a sticky. I don't think it's paint. It looks too clean. It kind of feels like it is a sticky. And this visor, that's where these two studs come in. So applying the visor, and voila, it can move up and down. So you'll have it up like that if you want to display his face, and it can move down like that. Looking at it from the profile, it looks like snake's fangs if you think about it. Next up, we have one of his rifles. This looks definitely more realistic, but as always, just painted in that flat black. It still looks nice, got some excellent detail. As far as the magazine, it does detach, so that's pretty cool. It comes attached in packaging, so if you didn't even think about it, you may never even know it. But yeah, so that's one. Next, we have this weapon right here, which it's got the scope. Once again, it's molded in black, flat black. It's got a scope on there, and you see it's got rings, and it has a hole. That's because you have this attachment right here. It's like a crossbow, and what you have to do is I think that's what you do. It didn't want to go. There we go. She's in there now, and yeah, it's a crossbow. I think it's supposed to be like have a rope or something attached, but of course we don't have that. But this is how that looks. Finally, we have this weapon, which is also looking pretty spiffy here. Flat black. It's got a sight, and I believe this magazine comes out as well. Forgive that noise. I just knocked into the bat, which is next. So yeah, also another smooth weapon. I will arm him with one of these off camera because I'm quite sure that'll take too long to do on camera. Here's Alley Viper with one of his weapons. I also went and connected up the crossbow to his backpack. I don't think that would actually be practical with the bow being in the position it is. Maybe if it was twisted around, it would be more appropriate for transport. But that's just to give an example of weapon storage. So unfortunately, the only weapon left would be this little doozy right here. So that will just have to be left out, or the weapon that he's wielding right now, you swap those out. But Anyway, we've got one more accessory to utilize. I'm talking about the shield that comes with the Alley Viper. And as you can see, this has got some, it's molded in the orange plastic. It has the Cobra emblem, and it also has the blue highlights there. And turning it around to the interior, that's pretty cool. You've got a readout there, which is that's a great addition considering that it's on the inside. The grip where you sling the Viper's arms in, it actually rotates so that way you can utilize it for either side. As you can see, one side is smaller than the other, so this would be where the wrist is and the forearm would be there. So let's see what the Alley Viper looks like with his shield on. Here's I got an Alley Viper with his shield and hand weapon drawn and visor down. You got all kinds of different combos you can do with this guy. It's very versatile, and since it is a Viper, you know it's an army builder. Here we have the comparison that we've all been waiting for. You've got a standard Cobra Viper with an Alley Viper, and they both look dope. Next up is our Battle Android Trooper, otherwise known as B.A.T. And what we see here right off the bat, no pun intended, is quite possibly the figure that all classified series collectors have been wanting, clamoring for, and we finally got it. Definitely an army builder for sure, and yeah, so already looking at him, he looks good, but let's take a closer look to see how good. So looking at the B.A.T up close and personal, you can see that he's molded in a like a flat black. The helmet has got the silver faceplate and the lines across the cheek, probably grills of some kind to let off heat. These are androids, after all, artificial beings. And he's got the along the shoulders, you see what appears to be like buckles of some kind there that are painted silver, and going down you still have that orange, and you've got that chest plate that shows his or its wiring and gears and stuff within there, and it's painted pretty nicely. And looking at the sides there, he's got the Cobra logo on the shoulder, and going further down you see the metal arms. They're in this like grayish plastic that it was molded in. Then of course you got the belt. It's got some silver paint right there on the buckle, which is cool. Everything else is molded in orange, including the holster there. You've got some silver on that thigh strap. And then going down on the legs, you see the silver around the tops of the boots, and he's got silver right there on the tops of the feet of his boots, and the rest is just molded in orange. Going back down, same thing. You've got on this side, you've got on this thigh wrap, it's just molded in like that same gray that the arms are. And looking at the back, you've got the silver vent back there, and there's that hole where the backpack goes in. And that is our B.A.T. As far as articulation, the head is on a dumbbell joint. Because of what you have back there, you're not going to get too much looking up, but he does look up that much. He looks down that much. There's a ball joint for the neck too, so you can get some more movement out of the neck. You can rotate the head. Definitely can get some attitude for an android side to side. Shoulders can go out that much. You've got a butterfly joint You can go 360. You have at the elbow, it will do more than 90. And that is it is a double jointed elbow. You can feel it in there. You have a bicep swivel. Don't want to forget that. You have a wrist swivel and a hinge. As far as ab, you've got an ab crunch. You can go forward that much, go back that much. You've got a waist swivel, and you do have it's a ball joint in there, so you can get some movement there and get the bat to look a little bit further down, bend a little bit further over. As far as the hips, it can go out that far. You've got drop down, as you can see right there, putting it back up in there. The leg can go up about 90 that way, go back that way. You've got a thigh cut, double jointed knees, and as you can see that they are pinless, but we're talking G.I. Joe here. You've got boot swivel right there. You can point the toe that much, point it up that much. You've got ankle pivot. There are holes on the bottom of his feet. Looking at the Bat's accessories, he comes with a hand weapon, looking kind of futuristic there. It's just molded in the same gray plastic that the Bat's arms are molded out of, and he does have storage for it in the form of this holster, as we saw before, and it fits snugly like so. Won't come out of there. So we do have that. The Bat also comes with hand, or I should say attachments, that you can put in place of his hands, and it basically goes, just pop off a hand, and you could use either side, it doesn't matter, and just wiggle it in there, and you've got that going on. The Bat comes with another attachment here. I'm not quite sure what this is supposed to be. Maybe after we put it on, we'll get a better idea. So once again, I already took the right hand off just to get us to this point. And yeah, I still can't tell you what it is. It does have a hole in it, so maybe it's you could put something in there for blast, and I don't know if it'll fit it. That hole looks pretty small, but those are two of the Bat's attachments. As far as the attachments go, finally, we've got this also for the Bat, and once again, I couldn't tell you what this is, but hey, it looks like it's some sort of gun. Looking at the if you can see the holes, or what's supposed to be holes at the top there, it looks like some form of gun. So let's just see what it looks like on him. So here's what it looks like on him, and once again, I could not tell you what it's supposed to be, but that's all right. The fact that we've got these accessories is just you gotta love it. Bat also comes with this backpack, and if you can see right there, it has even more like wiring and gears there. It's just flat black and no paint on the backpack, which once again is a shame. It would be nice to be able to see some of the distinction and differences in the contrast within all of these gears and things. But yeah, you have this right here. I believe these are supposed to be what you would attach, connect up to those hand attachments, but of course they're already affixed, and they are the flat black, so you get no contrast there. As far as the other side, there is a hole under there, And oops, excuse me guys, there is a hole under there, so I don't know what that would be for. You've got holes in here, so I think I now know what this hole may be for. So let's see what's up. I think you're supposed to be able to connect up his, yeah, that fits in there. That fits in there as well. And I'm suspecting that this would go underneath. Oh yeah, there you go. So he's got storage for his attachments. And then of course, you can apply it to his back. And voila, carrying all his attachments with him. That's pretty dope. Pretty dope. The accessories don't stop there. You also get this. This is a chest plate right here. And bringing our bat back into the picture in view, all you have to do is line it up and press it in, and it has its chest plate. But it doesn't stop there. Take that off. You even get this. It's a battle damaged one, which is cool. The same deal. Just line it up. And there you have it. It looks like somebody's trying to, has tried to break in. You see some impact dents and indentations there and some cracks in that. But then that isn't the only thing we get. Set him to the side so you can see we even get a battle damaged head. You see that the faceplate has been breached and one of the eyes is poking out there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It's got the black has been removed from this side right here. That's pretty cool. And you see the gadgets right there. And oh, let's take note of these vents in the back too. I didn't mention that when I showed the head, the original head, the intact head initially. So we will get this guy totally battle damaged. Here's the bat, totally damaged out. Got the head, damaged chest plate. It's pretty cool. And what's great is, I mean, you can do any number of combinations. You could have him totally damaged like that. If you're army building, you could have one that just has the damaged head. You could have another that just has the damaged chest plate. You could have damaged head, no chest plate at all. You could have intact head, no chest plate at all. It's you can get it going on with these with the BAT, with the Battle Android Trooper. And since we need to compare our Cobra Bat guys up against a G.I. Joe affiliate, here we have the Alley Viper and the Battle Android Trooper compared up against Snake Eyes from the Snake Eyes and Timber Alpha Commandos 2-pack. Speaking of Timber, we may as well do a comparison with him as well. I don't know if anyone else has done a comparison with Timber up against anything, but if I'm the first, then here we go. But yeah, you've got Timber going up against the Alley Viper while the battle damaged Bat is just standing there in the cut. So to sum it all up, yeah, the twofer indeed. The G.I. Joe Classified Series Alley Viper and BAT, Battle Android Trooper. Let me tell you something. I'm a big G.I. Joe Classified Series fan, and it's amazing because up until a couple years ago, I really couldn't care less until I saw some of the figures and the details and the articulation and just the the costume designs and all that, and I basically fell in love. And fast forwarded to 34 figures later, and here we are with figures 33 and 34. Both Army builders. Love the Alley Viper. A lot of people are they're cool with the Alley Viper, but they're not as hyped about the Alley Viper as they are about the Bat. Everybody is hyped about the Bats. Like I said, they're both Army builders, but people are going to try to go crazy on the Bats, that's for sure. And the versatility with the Bats, with the different hand attachments and the ability to store basically everything, all of the weapons and attachments on the Bat itself. The ability to change out making the Bat battle damaged in any number of ways or totally intact is just people are going to have a good time with it. Alley Viper 2. The Alley Viper is loaded with weapons. Comes with 3 different rifle style weapons, including this crossbow weapon that I have him posed with now, a hand weapon, a pair of knives, the backpack, and of course that shield, and the faceplate that is articulated will go up and down. Definitely 2 winners from Hasbro from G.I. Joe Classified series. I'm glad I have them, and yes, I have more and will get more. I am going to Army build this, and I'm quite sure you will too. That's about the end of that, and that's the end of this review, the end of this video. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to that 100, and I need you guys to rock with me even more. So please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Smash that bell so you can be notified when I upload another video. Until the next time, my peeps, remember, the hunt continues. And I'm out. Peace.